One of my favorite things to do when I look at the sustainability landscape is to check out the headlines, the newspaper headlines. Over the past 6 months, it's become obvious that forced labor and modern slavery continue to be a challenge for businesses. Due to global suppliers, outsourcing, and a lack of transparency, this risk has been incredibly difficult to curb, despite having the best controls and the best reporting in place. A lot of the issue stems from the lack of actionable data points. ISO 26000 makes it very clear that having a supplier code of conduct is not enough. That's just the bare minimum what you're required to do to actually have audible data points and monitoring and improved line of sight into your supplier. The second type of headlines really revolves around reporting and the usability, reliability, and accuracy of reporting. ESG reports aren't a replacement for real sustainability. Much like financial data, it only tells a small part of the picture. A lot of the controversies in the past 6 months really have to do with the reliability of reporting, especially with carbon offsets. The newspaper, The Guardian, had an investigation into Vera, one of the world's biggest carbon offset firms, and had determined that the carbon offsets available were completely worthless. And then the last kind of type of headline I've been seeing is that organizations still continue to struggle between performance or profitability and being environmentally and social conscious. I don't think any of these companies or firms are doing it with ill intention. I think the headline really comes from the lack of reporting and lack of data sources. For our clients, some of the common challenges they have is data availability. Unlike financial data, there is no one press of a button where you can just download a balance sheet or P&L for ESG data. A lot of that is embedded in other reporting processes and systems, whether it's financial or operationals. A lot of the third-party emissions calculations require inputs from your supplier. And a lot of the ESG reporting from social impact is self-reported. ESG reporting in itself is often collated manually and is done on spreadsheets. The second challenge with data availability is data quality and comparability. We know that there are over 600 available standards and benchmarking organizations out there. All the differences in terms of how they define certain things, using terms or using the same terms to define different things, the lack of transparency, consistency, and uncertainty is really driving a challenge with usability of these reports. We also know that in the future state, Standard 1 and 2 for ISSB's IFRS accounting disclosure standards, we see that digital reporting requirements are becoming necessary. We know that organizations who stay on manual reporting will continue to have these data comparability challenges and soon have data disclosure challenges. And the last kind of type of challenge with regards to data availability really is what we do with the data that we do have. So I would call that, the lack of actionable insights. A lot of the data still is in data silos. It still is not integrated into financial and operational decisions. A lot of it is manually collated and it is not real time, timely, or relevant. And the lack of integration into financial and operational systems means that there are very little decisions that we can make from ESG reporting. I wouldn't say that it's all doom and gloom. There are real opportunities with sustainability as a value creation and performance enhancement and market differentiator. We see that top-tier firms are using innovation to really drive their sustainability impact. They're using cloud migration, they're using OpenAI, they're using generative AI, they're using a lot of automation and data visualizations to do more with less. And they're really looking to integrate their sustainability impact into their financial, operational, and capital decisions. We also see top-tier firms focus on performance by tying ESG reporting metrics into executive compensation. The regulators especially are really focused on performance in terms of having ESG reporting no longer a historical exercise, but a predictive, risk management exercise. And we're looking at, the future of ESG reporting and trying to be more real time and using KPIs and KRIs that are real time and that could enhance the opportunity to monitor risk and drive better data driven decisions. And finally, we know that firms and organizations and companies who invest in ESG innovation consistently do better than their competitors over time. We understand that, whether it's sustainability data or operational data or financial data, we also see the transformation from inherently historical data into predictive data using data advisory, data engineering, data visualization, or data science to help predict and forecast for the future. And we're looking at meeting investor grade reporting information. Investors are looking to unlock capital for organizations who do have a positive, sustainable strategy and operations, and they're looking really to have investor-grade quality ESG reporting now instead of the traditional self-reporting. One of the value propositions of data is that it can help you drive sustainable supply chains that have both a positive impact on supply chain excellence in terms of cost optimization, de-risking, and having predictive real-time decision-making information. Examples are changing the information that is gathered into predictive decision-making around cost, profitability, risks, opportunities, getting a line of sight into your third-party risk, into your supplier risk, into your supply and demand forecasting using stress testing model and scenario analysis, and turning the ability to turn data which is inherently historical into predictive future forecasting decision-making data sets. All of this will improve your supply chain, but also has a secondary impact on sustainability. And what I mean is that even though that we are focused on supply chain excellence, more efficiency, more information, more data, decision-making points have a positive impact on sustainability. There can be improvements in the quality of your product and service. There could be a reduction in your emissions, water, waste, and plastic consumption. The transparency in de-risking your supply chain will reduce the risk of both supply chain disruptions and the risk of forced labor and improve your social impact across your global communities. And having more predictive insights will be able to drive both operational efficiencies, which will lean and green, and help improve governance. Broadly, when I look at my clients and their journey, not all of them are incredibly mature in their sustainability journey, and this is irrespective of their size for the organization. Some clients are just starting out, and we call them aspirational. They just want to be able to start reporting and meet regulatory compliance needs, or maybe supply chain, supplier, and vendor reporting needs. For example, asking for their eco-beta score. We have also a bucket of experienced to very experienced clients who are looking to accelerate their sustainability initiatives. They're looking for a greater return on investment into their sustainability and technology initiatives. And they might have a reporting function that has been doing the ESG reporting for multiple years, but it might be a very small team or might be even one person using spreadsheets. They often are challenged having integration to operational decision making, and they often also have challenges influencing procurement decisions. When I think about the transformed set of clients, so these are the best in class organizations, they are looking to optimize now. They're looking to have continuous improvement and innovation to stay market leaders. And understanding where each of these our clients are in their maturity of their sustainability journey is important, because in our specific use cases, which I know Riz is going to talk about later, will vary depending on their maturity and their data availability and um, their technology strategy. So, for example, the aspirational clients, they're only starting to begin tracking and optimizing their emissions, energy, water, waste. They're trying to solve for data quality, data availability. For the experience organizations, we're looking to do more accelerated impact assessments. For example, modeling out routes and extreme weather events to really optimize their logistic and distribution decisions. We know that migration off-prem to the cloud is an instant data accelerator. We know that it also is an instant sustainability impact accelerator. 93% energy efficiency and 98% emission saved just from moving from on-prem to a cloud data source. For the transformed and optimized organizations, we're looking to really advance predictive storytelling. We're looking at predictive decision making. We want to stress test new suppliers. We want to stress test the sustainability and climate impact of new capital decisions, of new operational decisions. And finally, we're looking at the predictive use of generative AI and machine learning to help forecast risks and opportunities. So again, moving on across that curve to have really predictive data, having more accurate data, having more transparent data. Wherever an organization is, there's always room for innovation, and all that needs to be driven by technology. Better data really has to come from improved technology, whether it's infrastructure or whether it's a digital strategy. Being able to understand where an organization is really to improve their acceleration and their decarbonization and their sustainability impact.